Hopefully this is going to be a really quick video. I just want to, number one, do a brain dump before I get busy on all my medical stuff for the day. What I did yesterday is I got the background of this quilt, which is everything that's going to be underneath all these petals and butterflies and everything. I got that quilted. It's on the long arm. I did it as a whole cloth quilt. It's got leaves going through it, and I think it will be a fine background. So this is kind of a really white creamy, if you remember that conversation. And then I used a light tan thread. So it will have some interest without it really having a lot of color play going on. Okay, so that's happened. Now I got to figure out how to accomplish my overall objective, this aesthetic of a watercolor art quilt. And what I did yesterday is I took note of how my quilted space measured out. So it's 43 inches wide and 43.86 high. So basically 43 and a half is kind of what I'm going to be working with. 43.5 inches square, okay? And then my workable quilting space is a 16-inch throat space. So I got to take this, that's 40, what did I say, 43 and a half inches. And I may end up having a, for my math to work out nicely, I may have to round this up to 44 or down to 40 something. But 16, I need to divide it into 16-inch areas, lengths. So, 16 and a 16, so what is it going to get me? 16, 32, and then this one would be 48. So I clearly don't have 48 inches, so this one would be, gosh, do some math in your head, Dawn. 11.5, so 11.5 and 16, right? So I would only need 11 and a half of my 16 inches, and 16 inches here and 16 inches here. So I could take an inch from that so that I have a lot of comfort in my workable space to make sure I don't end up bumping into my poles or anything. Just say, okay, this is 15, this is 15, and then this becomes 13.5. Okay, that gives me a more equal distribution of my workable space. 13.5, 15, and 15. And if I'm going to put, a butterfly that comes like this and then goes over here like this, and it's spanning two different zones, right? So this is my butterfly is kind of overlapped by a flower blossom here. Then I got to figure out how I'm going to draw on my applique pieces and do it inside of this zone and this zone and this zone. So that will be what I'll be thinking about this week. I won't be able to get back to this because I've got a laundry list of things to do for Dr. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Like there's too many of them, and I got insurance issues to work out, coordinating between communications with doctors. I got forms to fill out that will take forever. So I won't be able to get back to it, but in the back of my head, you other creatives know how this works. This doesn't go away. This is in your shower time. This is when you wake up in the morning. This is when you're going to sleep. I'm going to start by drawing, and then I will do some cutting of my fabric to put down my pieces. I may use the Misty Fuse, and I may just use glue sticks. I'm not sure. I haven't even looked up how to use this yet. What does it say? The environmentally friendly, pure fusible that's been extruded to an ultra-fine web for a stay soft, strong bond without adding bulk. Misty Fuse is solvent-free with no added adhesives to gum up your needles. That's nice. Misty Fuse is suitable for a wide variety of fabrics from velvets and cottons to delicate tulle and organzas. Also paper, craft, foam, leather, and many other materials. So this is a 20-inch by 90-inch, so it's 2.5 yards. 20 inches by 2.5 yards. This is kind of what it looks like. So in yesterday's video, I showed you what the quilted, the back of the quilt looked like, how it looked kind of pitted from the backing material. I'm sorry, from the batting material. I've never seen that. Have any of you had that happen? Is it just because that Tula pink fabric is thinner? I don't know why it's showing up that way. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please go back and watch yesterday's video, or today's video, I guess. I put it up this morning. Yeah, this is super thin. This is pretty doubled up here. Don't know if you can tell. There's a little sliver right there where it looks like it's just doubled and not quadrupled. All right, friends, I got to start doing my responsible things. I don't have time, like I've told you guys, to be doing this quilt. I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the energy and all that stuff. But I felt better yesterday than I felt in a long time. I don't know what to credit it for. I mean, like, I still had a lot of issues. Those didn't just magically go away. But I think something to do with the weather somehow, because it was cool here. This is North Alabama, and it wasn't hot outside in August. That's unheard of. So somehow or another that, made for a better day for me. So I was able to get that quilting done. But today I can't do anything fun. I had to be responsible. I hope you guys are moving your needle and feel good about the things you're getting done. After I get done with this, I'm going to switch back when I can. I'll switch back to working on Vicky's quilt. She'd given me 2. Sherry had given me 1. Well, 2, but I have 1 left to do. So that's a priority that I'll do. And then, I'm trying to plan which surgery is first, and I don't know. There's one doctor I have to make contact with before I can even know how critical that one is. It may have to be put in front of the ones that I would have easier. It may have to be put in front of the surgery that I think I'd have easier access to, but it may be more critical to do it first. So I don't know what my timeline is. We'll just, sometimes we just have to be faithful, let God work. I hope God's working God is working in your life. I hope that you see it today. Keep moving that needle. See you soon.